I hope no one minds. I made myself at home.
Don't mind at all. It's good to have you. Tell us a bit about yourself, Giada.
Let's see. A few things about me. I enjoy long conversations, and my favorite season is autumn. Apparently, I also snore, which annoys some people.
So do I. Glad it won't just be me now. We should pitch our tents on either side of Marius. The drone really helps him sleep.
Right, that's me. And the first rule of camp is never listen to Kai. He's a blessed Nimdude of the highest order.
If anyone needs their soul tinkered on, don't hesitate to ask. I'm rather good with souls.
I'll take your word for it.
I wish you could have seen Emerald Stair in better times.
What was it like? I've only passed through a few times over the years.
The evenings were cool. Fish leaped into our nets. Emerald Stair was everything.
Pleasant and abundant. Sounds like the fables old trenchers used to tell about Deadfire. Paradise.
And that is why Adra and Copper are the only reliable conductors of soul essence. Thank you for listening. Are there any questions?
Right. I think you lost me a while back there.
Really? Oh. I suppose that explains the heavy breathing.
He can sleep with his eyes open. Says it's a survival trick, but I think he does it to avoid my war stories.
What's the last thing you remember? We can start from there.
Oh, I seem to remember you coming over and saying, "Hey Marius, can we talk?"
That was hours ago.
Right. And feel free to start over from the beginning. I promise to listen this time.
No, it's all right. Perhaps another time. Thank you again for letting me join you. An Animancer never misses an opportunity to embrace the unknown. Still, being an Animancer feels different without Fior Messiverno. For the first time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. It'll take some getting used to, that's for sure. At least now I have a place I can call my own. Good, because I have a lot of research to do. And this could take a while. Not to change the topic, but this little adventure of ours, will it be dangerous? A little bit of trouble in moderation can be good for the soul. My mother and father taught me how to defend myself. I hope... You know me. Always ready with an... Ah, you want a story? Very well. Settle in. It all started about 50 years ago, in the great city of Spirento. A young nobleman by the name of Maxim Vidaro sought to inherit a distinguished government position. Unfortunately, yes. A distant cousin cheated Maxim out of the title. He was devastated, his political future uncertain. No one lifted a finger to help. Not the banks, not the merchants, or the politicians. So, Maxim did what Valians do best. Not exactly, but close. Maxim plotted his revenge. They say he prayed to Scan, the effigy, god of rebellion and defiance, to ask for a blessing. And Scan answered, take their best and brightest, their heirs, their scholars, their futures, to the far side of the world, never to return. And Maxim did just that. He gathered a following and left the Valian republics, giving thanks to his dark god. We prefer to call it an intellectual haven of free thinkers, but it's true that most of us are animancers. Spirento was full of animancers, many of them in debt, and Maxim was a wealthy patron. They needed each other. So the animancers followed Maxim all the way out here, including my parents, Quilici, and others around town. At the time, this place was an animancer's dream. No oversight, limited government, and soil rich with essence. 40 years later, Maxim vanished. They say the effigy came to collect his soul. Nonsense, of course. His son has been in charge ever since. For better, I have good reason to be critical. But I also know his life isn't as easy as it looks. He and I might squabble in public from time to time, but we're both just figuring it all out as we go. Thanks for listening.
I love a good ghost story. Just not the dreams I have afterwards.
Hadn't heard all that before. Probably a lesson or two in there.
One of these days you'll have to tell me an Adiran ghost story. You learn a lot about people by what scares them. Let me think. Quilici has a girlfriend, as cute as a button, and as smart as an archmage. That is... No one has seen Estelle Vidaro in some time, and Ignacy refuses to talk about it. Have you heard of the incident at Beldereno Pass? 20 settlers lost their lives in a winter storm. Ever since, people have heard ghostly cries from a nearby cave. Fascinating, isn't it? Sorry to being an... Me. What do you... Anyone in particular? We haven't been together long, but I think I have you figured out. In Paradise, you killed your killer. Some would call that justice. Others would call it vengeance. But who am I to judge? In your shoes, I might have done the same. Your Messi Verno tolerates you well enough. Of course, all I know is what you've done. You may not think these choices reflect who you are. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care what... Kai is a useful fellow. Just not... On the surface, Kai is all charm and but there's something deeper. Something in his core that he guards from... Oh, not at all. Kai is a sweetheart. If there's another side to him, no need... Marius is working through something. An old wound. He's a tough fellow. Good question. Mental and emotional pressure, specifically. Marius could hunt the great western stag if he set his mind to it. But his own feelings elude him. I've spilled all the gossip I know. That little island off of Dawnshore? None that I know of. Ignato Casto led the Valiant trading company in the Deadfire archipelago. Among other things, he invested in the future of animancy. I hope not. I wouldn't want my family associated with. We haven't... He had some ideas about moving great distances in the blink of an eye. As far as I know, he was unsuccessful. Animancy and ambition are a dangerous mixture. Intoxicating, but dangerous. Afraid not. I've heard a lot of contradictory stories. Some say Castle is still in power, while others think he's... You know how it is. Unfortunately, whether... The device is attuned to the spiritual, but essence is chaotic by nature. As you saw with your own. Indeed. Don't get me wrong. This invention, the phantasmal focus, was supposed to be the start. Perhaps... Until next time. Between the two of us, thank you for helping Yatsli reach that vase. Maybe it seems like nothing to you, but to her it's everything. When you consider how many Orlans and dwarves there are, it's outrageous that we build so high off the ground. What a pain. Don't let her size fool you. On the inside, Yatsli stands as tall as a mountain. One of these days she's going to change the world. Shake things up. and I'll be at her side, grinning like a fool. Anyway, thanks again. Until next time.
Did they not glow in the light? Her parents, her sentinels. To grow and flourish still, life without rot, form without death. The lake dries. Prune the bellflowers. Why should anything wilt? Endless spring. They breathe, they flower. They will never fade. Is the acorn not beloved of the oak? We merely ponder. They sing in peace. Was it not worth the change? Do we not? The bear would have spent its days in the wood. They are strong now, vibrant, better than their frail shells. More than... Sleep now.
One moment. That's all of them. Quiet, Nimdut.
Who disturbs us? We see you.
Couldn't have done it better.
Arms up!
Let's finish this. Well, that was anticlimactic.
That tower is for Fjord's Rangers. It's where they stand around and argue about the best route to Shatterscarp.
Listen, we'll get to the bottom of this. Not sure how, but we'll get there. I agree that this is important, Masoni, but if we don't focus on hunting, people will starve.
How is a potential murderer in our ranks not your top priority? You don't think it's real, is that it? You think I'm jumping at shadows?
One moment, please, Envoy. We were just finishing.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm not saying it's impossible, Masoni. Only that
Meanwhile, someone's tearing us apart from the inside.
Gods beyond. I owe you a debt of gratitude, Envoy. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I am shocked to hear Verano was captured, but it's better than dead. Do you know what happened? So Casagrada isn't evil, he's just a coward. Fantastic.
There was talk of a secret meeting. I guess Verano couldn't pass up the opportunity.
A contact among my rangers?
I was right. There is a murderer.
Luring my rangers into an attack by bandits who are planning to meet a contact? Masoni, this isn't just an attempted murder. It's a conspiracy. One of my rangers is a traitor to our purpose, and my guess is that this meeting is most likely with the murderer we've been looking for.
Casagrada had a cousin, Felice. They were both farm kids, like most of us in the Rangers.
Ranger work pays better than being a farmhand, and we eat better too.
Felice was a good kid, but they weren't much of a fighter. Verano and them went after a bear with the plague. It was troubling the pilgrims at Nakutedek. The bear got Felice, tore their jaw clean off. There wasn't anything Verano could have done for them. Out here, things go bad fast. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, if you ask me.
You're not wrong, Masoni. A personal grudge could be the spark that lights a fire. But I cannot punish any of my rangers without evidence. I need to know what's really going on here. Until you find his body, we're groping about in the dark. Speak to Dorso if you haven't yet. I'll be here organizing patrols until you return. She's stationed near the gates of Fjord. Good to see you again. Ranger Dorso is one of our best rangers. Dorso is one of the few people skilled enough to overcome our best ranger.
company!
Looking for spiders, you'll find them up ahead. Star metal, if I'm not mistaken. Might want to take that to a blacksmith. One moment.
On something?
Nice job, everyone.
They're coming!
Here we go. Look right.
That was a good one.
One moment.
farms used to be so full of life.
One moment.
You don't think the Clavager died alone in the strangle route?
Why? Don't you?
And the ambassador just found him? He just happened to be dead?
I hadn't thought about it. But now that you bring it up...
There's more to it, I'm telling you. The Adirans are hiding something. Oh! Envoy! Hello!
Are you sure it's him?
How many other godlike have come through lately? What can we do for you? It's a scandal.
It's terrible.
You went in to save the Clavager, didn't you? What did you see? That's terrible. Thank the gods you survived.
They say your ambassador was standing right by the body. Is that true? So, it didn't seem suspicious to you?
Then you were killed too, though. Oh, that can't be a coincidence. It's all a plot. I'm sure of it.
Thanks for stopping by.
What if they killed Clavager because he was scared?
Lead the way.
Come and get me.
Let's finish this.
Let's go.
They're coming! Save your energy.
Oh, Envoy! You have to help me. If I have to listen to this twig of a recruit tell his stories for even one more minute, I'll probably die. I could, but why would I, when he's just so adorable? It's great to meet you. Ranger Iziana Dorso at your service. All right, but make it quick. Kidding. Before you ask, I know you're trying to find your supposed killer among the squad, and I really don't know much about it. Frankly, I think she's overreacting to a late report. Monato might be our best tracker, but he doesn't put a lot of stock in patrol rotation, rest days, or Asierno's toothless protocols. I hope Verano's all right. The wilds can be cruel. Oh, that boy! Sure, he can fight, but does he think? Leave him to his farm and family, I told Asierno. But does she ever listen to me? The way this valley chews through rangers, we can't be selective. That's what she says anyway. Casagrada is a farmer's son. His father, too, is a farmer's son, and so was his grandfather. The same is true for nearly all of our rangers. They were raised with plows in hands, not swords. And we take these green farmhands, give them 5 minutes of weapons training, and tell them to stand against the tide. But that's neither here nor there. We were talking about Verano. He and Monato are the best of us, but no one's without their challenges. Verano's always trying to play both sides. And Monato, you won't find him if he doesn't want to be found. He was a good friend once, I admired. Monato was always a loner, but he'd been going off his patrol route for long periods of time. The last thing I heard was that Monato was going to scout out the ogre camp. From here, cross the northern bridge and follow the path west. The path will become a cobblestone road and pass through the swamp. You'll find a cave in the hillside. Should pick up Monato's trail around there. It was claimed by an old animancer years ago. He and the ogre are, friends. I have no idea what they got up to in there. Experimenting on Zarebs, probably. I couldn't tell you what's there now. I don't know anyone who could. The animancer struck a deal with Asierno. We're not allowed to go there. Why Monato was headed there is beyond me. But if you want to track down I'm not Monato's keeper. He's a grown man and can take care of himself. Right. Watch your back out there. The living land. Envoy? I'm glad to hear that. I wish there was more I could do to help. I wish I could be of more help. I have no doubt you'll find it. Take...
It's just unfortunate, that's all.
Yes, love. But to be fair, you have seen the title of his latest dissertation, yes?
I have.
Sadly...
Oh, were you planning to attend the lecture as well?
Such brilliance. Cut off in his prime. Truly, he was expected to set the world of animancy aflame.
Well, I suppose he had an explosive career. Oh, you.
My dearest has the most delightful...
Yes.
I hope someone carries on the poor man's research.
That envoy, aren't you? It's the face. Gives you away. What can the Fjord Ranger's rising star do for you, Your Eminence? Oh, you found him. Oh, you're so worried. Wait. You think I'm the killer, don't you? Listen to me. I didn't do anything wrong. Verano going missing isn't my fault. That is not what happened. No one is hearing my side of the story. We were scouting out the abandoned homestead near Nakotedek when the bandits attacked us. I drew 2 of them away from the fight, and Verano and I got separated. When I doubled back around to check on him, I didn't see anyone. I assumed the fighting was over. You don't believe me? Fine, I'll... Listen, let's keep this between us. I have a reputation to maintain around here.
Right. Because we wouldn't want the other Rangers to think poorly of you.
2 bandits attacked us, and Verano stepped up to fight them. I drew my blade, and I froze. I saw more bandits coming, and Verano was getting overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do. I've never been in a fight before. Not a real fight with people actually trying to kill me. I know what I did was wrong, but I'm not a murderer. I swear. I swear! And Masoni needs to keep his big mouth closed. Yeah, so my cousin got killed working with Verano. Big deal. It happens all the time. And bears aren't the only danger out here, you know. Do I think the old man should have kept a better eye on them? I mean, yes. Felice wasn't much with a sword, but Verano got distracted. Whatever. The usher comes for everyone, I guess. I don't... He's a better man than I am. But thanks for that. It means a lot. And I hope you find...
I am off to.
Greeting. Good. I like Dorso. She jokes around, but she's gone out of her way to be kind to me. Oh, thank the gods. That's a relief. He's right. I've never been in the... It's not the same, you know. I hope...
Who knew plans could be so threatening? Sure. You're asking me? Okay, who... She's got a lot of heart, and she's loyal to her people and their principles, even when it costs. Giada's lost her home, but kept her resolve. It takes a special kind of person to weather what she has and emerge stronger for it. She'll have a lot to figure out after... She's young. She'll get there. Until then, they're... Sure. Check your bedroll for fangworms.
Envoy? Right, chick. You too.
It's getting late. I should be asleep by now, but as usual, I can't silence my thoughts. Just wake me up when the fighting starts. Or if you talk to someone interesting. Whichever comes first. Good evening. Being a... mean... Now that you mention it, I did try and awaken my soul. Every animancer tries, and fails. So, one evening, I crept into the workshop and cobbled an invention. Then I turned it up. The next thing I knew, it was morning. I was floating in the fountain, and my head was pounding like a drop.
You don't need animancy for that. Just rum and a crew on shore leave.
If I must.
Maybe I live somewhere around here. Oh, my apologies, my friend. Is there any chance we've met before? I seem to have forgotten, well, everything.
Noguchio? It's me, Giata. Do you know where you are?
I have no idea where, or even who I am. I just came out here with no memory whatsoever.
I've seen him absent-minded before, but never like this.
I have noticed a lot of animancy going on around here, so it's very likely. I'm afraid that...
Subtle as a mouse. I hate to see what's become of the temple. My people respect Helia, cherish her.
This is definitely part of some bigger thing we shouldn't mess with. So let's go find the rest of it.
Not bad for a scholar.
One moment. One moment. Here we go. One moment.
A little power goes a long way. Just a little spark.
One moment.
Charge it up. Just a little spark. Smells like death. Not in a good way. Quiet as a soul. That's done? Who's hungry?
One moment. Need more time.
I never thought an ogre would kill using a knife to the back. Seems out of character.
Captain Osierno will want to hear about this.
Those dreams seem to be getting worse. How are you feeling? Good. Get some rest, Envoy.
I wonder if I packed enough gear. What do you want to... I've spilled all the gossip. Not before I've done some reading. Kai, have you ever met a marine godlike? One of Andra's children?
Ngati's children. As they're called in Deadfire. I've heard stories, but never met one. They're rare everywhere, but revered among the Wana.
I've always wanted to study one up close, but they're a slippery bunch.
Why are you so interested?
Purely academic reasons. They're off!
That's over. quiet.
That'll show him.
One moment.
Envoy? What are you... Huh. You're full of surprises. I was expecting someone else, but... I think this could work out better for both of us. I'd prefer savior if we're handing out epithets. Once you hear my side, Envoy, I think you'll agree I was only trying to help. Unfortunately, I didn't want to. But he forced my hand. I thought I was clever, skimming a little extra pay from the coffers, surveying the city's weaknesses, laying caches for my friends. But it was like Monato had eyes in the back of his head. Nothing got by him. I tried to explain, but he couldn't understand. Wouldn't. He'd completely closed his ears to reason. Poor bastard was always too principled for his own good. After a fashion, they were a means to an end. Don't tell them that. Everyone likes to feel special. They were supposed to kill Verano. I guess they figured they could get more coin if they ransomed him back to us instead. Idiots. I'm preparing Emerald Stair for Adir's arrival, obviously. Your people have already pacified Paradis. With contracts and clean water, with promises of safety. I want to be safe. I want all of us to finally be safe. And I know what empires do, Envoy. They expand. Your soldiers would have come here sooner or later. Fiori's wasting away, Envoy. Animancy isn't helping us anymore, if it ever did. But no one in the city wants to admit it. Our crops rot in the fields, bears turn to beasts and attack on sight. The very earth disintegrates beneath our feet.
You blame us for the problems we've been trying to solve. How can you be so short-sighted?
I think it's time we accept help from someone stronger, wealthier, better organized. From Adir. Then we can turn things around like...
We came here to escape control, to choose our own path, but no.
But Vidarro, Quilici, Captain Asierno, they're too proud. They won't do what Fior simply cannot survive the way things are.
You have no authority to make that judgment. All you have is fear and resentment.
Monato and Verano disagreed. Their voices had power in the Rangers. Too much power. Now they'll have to listen to. No, envoy. Emerald Stairs. I can only... The Emperor doesn't need to know about us. We've had decades to secure this. Dead...
There was life once.
And... Then I guess I'm a fool. I don't want to live through this time.
Let's do this. Right. Until next time.
I can't believe it. Ranger Dorso, a traitor to Fior Mesiverno. Shame we had to kill her. But at least now she can't hurt anyone else. The damage is contained. More or less. I'm glad you think so. Still, it's a shame. Dorso gave up on the dream of Fior Mesiverno. Blamed animancers for the problems we tried to solve. And I hate to see anyone lose hope. That's all for now. Let me know if there's anything else. Not before I've done some reading.
Is it just me, or does the night seem... Nudge me if you hear anything in the woods.
Who's next? Anyone?
I sincerely hope you have some good news for me. My gods. I can't believe this.
Ilia's wings uplift us.
She's been with the Rangers since she was a girl. She trained most of my men.
This is... Fotito. This is big, Asierno.
What happened to her? Where is she now? Without the trial? Good gods.
Frontier justice. That's what a traitor deserves.
Masoni, please. Where's her body now?
I'll send a few of the senior rangers out to find her.
Thank you, Maso. What a nightmare. I don't know what I'm going to tell my men. A traitor in the Rangers. This situation beggars belief.
Be serious, Envoy.
She was always talking about how we needed strength. Do you remember, Maso? More swords, more coin. And she complained that animancy wouldn't fix our problems. But I didn't think she had so little faith in Fior.
No one took her seriously.
Evidently, she was quite serious about it. I didn't want to believe it could be her. Gods beyond, what a mess. Thank you, Envoy. Ranger Monato has been properly avenged, and now I have a lot of work to do to rebuild my squad. Agreed. I need to be more careful with who I trust in the future. Here's your reward. It's the least we can do for your assistance. Step carefully out there.
You were with the envoy when they died. Did you notice anything strange?
Strange how? Besides the part where he came back, I mean.
Disembodied voices, otherworldly visions, anything like that.
Nope. Just lots of blood and lots of shouting.
I'm trying to research near-death experiences. And as usual, I have to do everything myself.
I'm sorry, what madness are we planning now?
Don't worry. Hypothetically, anything I do will be in a lab environment with plenty of supervision.
Just remember to make good with your gods before you do.
Good thinking. I wouldn't want to meet the gods unprepared.
I still can't believe it. Dorso was betraying her brothers-in-arms, all in the name of saving Emerald Stair. At least she got what was coming to her. Well, yeah. But there are some lines you don't cross. Turning on your own people is one of them. You'd think that'd be an easy position to hold, but I've seen better soldiers than Dorso cross lines you can't come back from. Yeah. Night, envoy.
Oh, hey, it's you.
There should be some equipment by the Adra pillar.
We remember these walls. Yes, we have been here.
Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery.
Gods! Warn somebody.
Before we get started. Good. Now, I'm going to tap into the pit. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the Dream Scourge to show its ugly face. Probably not. All right. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. There should be some equipment by the
Welcome back. I hope the wilderness gave you safe passage. May I help you? You did! To think a godlike would deliver this back to me. I feel blessed, truly. Wherever he is, Eothas smiles on you. Wait, are you suggesting he stole it for some purpose? What? Eothas himself? Ending innocent lives? I'd heard the rumors that he walked among us. But to think the God of Light could be to blame for such horrors? No. It's beyond belief.
Agents of violence. They cloak themselves in warmth and light and spread like wildfire.
I feel for him, but he is wrong. The truth, unthinkable. That's Woodaka's domain. Even so, the best intentions won't bring them back from the wheel. I find myself lost, godlike. I look at this. I will. I'll pray for the thief's absolution.
That was good, right? Everything gets more complicated when the gods get involved.
You cannot know what this means to me.
Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery. Armed and ready for mischief.
Gods! Warn somebody.
Before we get started. Good. Now, I'm going in lane. This is no... Alright. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Anxiety? Annoyance? Maybe a little bit of, burnt hair smell?
Shit. Alright, adjusting the frequency. The focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this. Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Maybe we shouldn't try again with the unreliable soul-powered device.
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine, we twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched. Is that a... Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless. Don't be so sure about that. Remember, I'm an animancer, not a locksmith. Right before the door opened, I was right. The Dream Scourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from here, but I don't know that we can stop it. My thoughts exactly. If we want to stop the Dream Scourge, I hate to say it, but we'll get better. Naturally, after you.
You were determined to get us all killed, aren't you?
Gods! Did you open that door? I've been praying here for ages. And in all that time, I've never found a way down to the lower levels. Not one. You're going down there, aren't you? I tell the acolytes to walk softly for a reason. Something is up. Careful, we'll be staying on this side of the door. If you don't return...
I feel better about this already.
The spirit of Widewind endures.
I did not bring us here to explore. Clearly, something wants to be found.
I have this feeling we're not supposed to be here.
I wonder, did you open the door? Or did the door open for you? Incredible. These ruins are untouched. We are the first to disturb them. When was the last time anyone walked these passages? It must have been centuries. No, millennia. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk more once we reach the bottom.
One moment.
Little power goes a long
That's all.
Charge it up.
No! The knife that pierces in the dark!
Whatever this is, at least it's dead. 2 points for the godless, none for the abominations. They roll!
One moment.
Watch your head. There's a trap right above it. Keep me down. Who's next? Anyone? Beautiful. Life is beautiful. To think it survived all these years.
If you ask me, looks like it's from the ancient Heidraku period.
We've seen godless architecture before, but I've never seen godless art until now. Just imagine how much has been lost. We should keep moving. I don't mean to slow us down. Just a little spark. It goes a long way.
One moment.
I would not go swimming if I were you, unless you wish to meet your maker. There must be a way across. If not underwater, perhaps over it, with the help of some ice. Charge it up. Just a little spark.
Right behind you.
Look alive! Forward, to the right!
One moment.
Little power goes a long way. Just a little spark. What in the name of Aora is that?
I do not want to meet whatever killed that thing.
I've never seen anything like it before. I don't believe it's a statue. No, this was a live place. And the people who lived here were terrified of it. Going to die down here, aren't we? Well, I had a good run. Let's finish this. What in the name of Aora is that?
I do not want to meet whatever killed that thing.
We're going to die down here. Well, it was fun.
I'll fix this.
One moment.
Bravo!
Death into life. Interesting. The godless clearly had some ideas about reincarnation, even if they didn't have a god.
Let's keep moving. This one makes my neck itch.
Can you imagine? Life without any gods to guide your destiny. Without anyone shepherding you this way and that. Of course I can imagine it, but I'll wager you have a harder time. Looks like quite a party. Let's break it up. Doesn't get done. Other things must have their own secret interests.
From the left!
Those Zarbs worshiping.
Let's clear the room first. This way. If there are any monsters left, show yourselves. Some of us have work to do. I guess that means the coast is clear. Let's have a look at the Adra pillar.
One moment.
Just a little spark. Little power goes a long way.
Hear us through the Adra.
Charge it up. Just a little spark.
Us.
Little power goes a long way. Charge it up. We've backed the Dream Scourge into a corner. I say we pin it down here and now, before it wriggles away from us. The equipment was compensating for a poor connection to the Beyond. Here, we won't have that problem. The last time we tried this, you felt something, yes? Maybe it had to do with your godlike nature. Try making contact with the Adra this time. It could only help. The effect should be stronger than before. Brace yourself.
You are here. You who bring us kind words and soothing thoughts, we welcome you. The mourners are gone now. Only the memories remain. We once belonged to the green and the wild. A people lived there once. They loved us as we loved them. They brought their dead to us. We used to dip our fingers, wade in the confluence of souls. We are the heart in the soil, the lungs. We dream, the land stirs. We become. They brought their prayers to us. We answered. We do not remember how we grew. Our eyes opened. We were the earth, the sky, many into a whole. We touched the mountains and they molded to our fingerprints. The Akita twined around us. They sang in awe of what we made. They called us the gardener, steward of life, Sapado. None who remember us still live. But we have felt in you the seed of connection. We have sought you, called to you, and you reach back. We have not known the joy of companionship in so long. Garot, we feel it too. Our hands are bound. Find us, free us. The rot that festers seeks into us as well. Our cage is far from here, buried in the garden, beyond the poison sea. Alas, we have been cut off from the land we knew and loved for too long. We could not trace its hills and valleys for you, but there are others who can. Go to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. We will try to explain. Those who cherish us, the chosen of the Akita, wait there. They will show you the way to the garden, to our prison. We will cleanse this rot with you once our hands are unbound. Find us in the garden. We twine, we await. First, let us offer you a sliver of our power. A boon to help you survive and find us. Will you accept it? We offer you gifts any would covet, and you search them for rot? You are our kin, the seed of our soul. Take it with our blessing. Now hurry to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. Bind us. Free us.
You're awake. Finally. We really pushed the phantasmal focus to its limits.
Oh, you're back. I made sure she didn't touch anything important.
For a second there, I thought... Actually, I thought your soul had been blasted to 1,000 pieces. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. While you were out, I got some clear readings of the Dream Scourge. I've tracked its origin to the center of the living lands. Somewhere deep in the untouched wilderness.
Right. The garden. Sure. Doesn't sound like something I'd want to mess with.
If we find the garden, we can cut off the Dream Scourge at its source. I hesitate to bring it up, but... you were muttering while you were out. Had quite a lot to say. Whatever you were communing with, it had a spiritual energy I've encountered before. Though only in traces. It must be connected to the Dream Scourge. Perhaps they share a similar origin. Yes, Sapadal. Who are they? What are they to you? Excuse me? Sapadal is a god? But that's impossible. How could we have missed it? A trapped god. Trapped. And you spoke to them through the Adra. Maybe that tells us something. Not the Adra itself, but how it comes together. We've long theorized that all Adra is connected. But that changed when Animancers came to the Living Lands. The Adra here is severed from the rest of Eora. Connected only to itself. Or so we believe. If Sapadal speaks and works through Adra, then the Living Lands is their prison. Their tomb. Now that is a tall order. We know the Dream Scourge is coming from this garden of yours. Maybe Sapadal can help us fight it. A little divine intervention couldn't hurt. The real question is, where do I start? Doesn't ring a bell, but maybe someone's heard of it before. We'll find the source of the Dream Scourge in the garden, but we have to find the garden first.
This god like Sokka's out of my depth. Call me when you need to clean a rabbit.
Let's return to Fior Mesiverno. Banished or not, maybe I can squeeze a few answers out of my colleagues. Gods, I don't know. The farms, the community, my research. They all depend on animancy. But the Dream Scourge is the end of animancy. The end of the Living Lands as we know it. We should leave this place and its memories. There's nothing more for us here.
Wasn't much here for me to begin with.
Stop! The trees splinter, the rice turns black. The pain! The pain! They trample the farmlands, they tear down the gates.
I lost you for a second there. Something the matter? Oh no. Let's go.
We found a way out while you were sleeping. Looks like a shortcut to the surface. One moment.
There is such a thing as learning too much. The mortal mind can only take so many revelations at a time. What we discovered here, it changes everything. Oh my god. No!
P.T.11. What happened here?
What happened? Who did this? It's all gone. The city. My home. Right. We should be a move. We have to check on the other. Any survivors would have evacuated to the...
I'm sure someone made it. They can't have killed everyone.
I can't believe this. What you smell is the workshop going up in flames. Hot books, chemicals, machines. Many of those inventions were originals from the Valian republics. One of a kind, irreplaceable. I don't know why I'm dwelling on that. We lost more than our work.
It's not fair, is it? Not fair.
They burn. They blind us.
I hope everyone is all right. Animancers know how to plan for an emergency. We've never seen one like this. If anything happened to Kulichi, I don't know what I'd do.
I'm sure he's fine. He seemed like a survivor.
Again and again they strike.
Steel glue.
Take the animal
Down! I was hit for!
I'll fix this.
Honor! Right!
One
That'll
moment.
show him.
Make the Inquisitor proud!
There's the city.
Suggest we give them some space. I don't think we want to get in a fight with the Steel Garrote just yet.
Why will they not leave us? It cuts. It cuts.
down.
They made it out. Oh, thank the gods. Thank the gods. I needed that. I needed to see them so badly. It felt like I couldn't breathe.
Breathe into a sack of some kind if that happens again. Works like a charm.
Rabbits in a burrow, hunting.
People are looking for leadership, a sense of direction. We should find Quilichi.
Caravans to Paradise will leave here once a week for those who do not wish to stay.
Envoy? Oh, thank goodness. For a moment there, I thought we'd lost you in the attack.
As if you don't already know.
Inasi, calm yourself.
Why should I be calm? His people burned my city.
The Steel Garrote are hardly his people.
They offered us no negotiation, no peaceful terms. Just flames and laughter as we ran. Don't be naive. Anyone who serves under an Adiran banner is complicit. Their Inquisitor is determined to burn out anyone who doesn't conform to Adiran ways.
We agree on one thing. The Steel Garrote have declared war on the Living Land.
That sort of thinking is precisely why my father fled the Valian republics.
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradise. This attack was meant to weaken us. No doubt they will circle back to finish what they started. Tell us, what of your research into the Dream Scourge?
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
The very notion that the Dream Scourge had blighted our farms, it was too awful to acknowledge.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The sanctuary my family built was You must understand. My mother had the Dream Scourge. I hoped against reason that she might recover. To face reality would mean upending my city, throwing order into chaos, and admitting she was truly gone. I'm so sorry, Giada.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between us.
I don't expect your forgiveness. Whatever you have to say.
You want me to do the talking? Very well. The evidence is clear. The Living Lands is on the edge of an ecological disaster, both physically and spiritually. We may know the origin of the Dream Scourge, By following it back to the source, perhaps we can reverse the damage. Now for the bad news. An undiscovered god rests in the heart of this island. Until we know more about its nature, we are powerless to stop.
But this is madness. When I said I was ready for the truth, I didn't mean... Koichi, tell him it's madness.
Envoy, is it true?
There's no other explanation for the spiritual shift in the living lands. Something that slept has awoken. I believe there is still more to learn, but a disturbance on this scale could explain the changes to our ecosystem.
First the Dream Scourge, then the Steel Garrote, and now... what does this god of yours want us to do? Pray?
This is no time for a theological discussion. Our survival hangs on a knife's edge. We can't remain in Emerald Stead.
There is no reason to stay. Unless you count picking through the ashes. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradise. Exactly. As long as we are animancers, the adherents will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dream Scourge will tear this out. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is too dangerous.
Paradise, no doubt. Walls, guards, and close to the sea if things get really bad.
Thirdborn has its own problems. Paradise is more secure. I don't like our options.
It's unpredictable, and that's why it has a chance to succeed.
When did you grow a spine, Ignacy?
Who says I have? Take care in your try.
They'll do well in Paradise.
My days of subterfuge are behind me. Be the leader these people need, and they will follow you anywhere.
What of you, Envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dream Scourge take you next?
Oh, I do.
Yardsley? Don't tell me you are getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. Any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the foremost Akitan scholar in the Living Lands, and...
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
Ah, right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling. Well, to make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Nakukubel.
Gods, here we go.
Which is in Shatterscarp. So we've got to get there now. Before Fiora went up in flames, that Garrote monster took my research. Your kin are on their way to the garden now. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too. Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. Gods, I love that tiny woman. You'll need both to survive the Living Lands, but at least you won't be lacking in good judgment.
I can promise you a good brain, but it doesn't always come with good judgment. For what it's worth, I vouch for Yardsley.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarp. It's guarded by some of our best rangers.
The best rangers that are left, you mean? Who sundered Steel Garrote?
I'll make sure they grant you safe passage.
Exploring the Living Lands with a friend. What more could I ask for?
Seems like a lifetime ago I was worried about the harvest. Now look at us. Kind of you to ask, but no. We need to sort through this as a community. If that's what we are. I had a chance to pack up some goods before the adherents put the rest to the torch. Any of it's yours for the right price.
It's you. The godlike. The Rangers told me you help people in dire straits. I thought they were lying. What kind of a question is that? After what your garrote did to this place. Forgive me, please. I forget myself. Yes. I know everyone here is. But they cannot begin to grasp what my family has been through. I'll be straight with you. The Steel Garrote's captain stole something precious from me. It wasn't enough to burn our city. She'll let you close. You can take her prize back. But you will have to kill her first. A relic of Old Valia. I don't know its actual value. My young nephew stood up to the Steel Garrote. The captain gutted him and looted his ring. It won't debase me any further, either. I have nothing to lose. I want that command. You'll find her at the Eastern Watchtower. I warn you, though, her troops will... Bring back the ring. I can't think about her where... I should go now. My sister will need help preparing my nephew's body. Damn the idiots! Damn the Steel Garrote! Spit on their graves! Is he done? Is the captain...
You heard Vidal. The settlement is done for.
This settlement is our home. I can't believe you're ready to abandon it.
Fior Messiverno was a dream.
One moment.
And the whole thing was
You're for Belena? Go on. She's resting. Be a mercy she missed all this.
All shipments have been paused, but traders are...
People don't seem to care.
Time to mourn.
We never saw them coming.
I was born here. Always thought I would die here too.
Let's go.
Let's finish this.
Couldn't have done it better.
That'll show him.
One moment. One moment. Come and get me.
Enemy to the right!
Soldiers by the watchtower. Take care.
Envoy, what are you doing here? Our report said you were still in Fjord. I wish it hadn't come to that, but the Furians gave us no choice.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't tear your soul apart.
Because one wrong move from you and my soldiers will shoot. Now, state your business, and don't waste my time. We're moving. Oh? And how many did you cut down in Donshore alone? I killed one sentry. I'm not going to answer for the rest. It was a token to prove my honor. You question the honor of the Steel Garrote? Your title has gone to your head. Someone needs to
Watch yourself. Yourself.
That was a close one. How could this have happened?
Don't eat the brown berries. They're not actually berries.
How could this have happened? We're the best animancers in the world. Maybe it happened because we're the best. Stop trying to cheer me up.
Oh, murderers. Every one of them.
Envoy, it's clear that no matter what happened, these people couldn't stay in Fior. You did the right thing. I think they're better off in Paradise than struggling out there in Shatterscarp. Maybe they can't do animancy there, but they'll have walls, guards, a market, and all the Nimbus apples they can eat. It's taking away their tools and toys and replacing them with survival that's all but guaranteed. They might not see it that way, but it's for the best. Right, changing. Fine. You've been patient enough, I suppose. Right. Solace isn't an easy place to live. The food is stale and meager. The water tastes like steel and old meat. Everyone knows everyone else. No privacy, no silence, no time to yourself. I'm a wilderness expert. I can get privacy whenever I want it. Solace is a walled keep in the harshest region of the lands. Isolated is an understatement. Honestly, all of that was fine. But there was a peculiar kind of silence I didn't love. Huh, you should be a sharpshooter. You keep hitting the target. I have only the faintest memories of my parents, which was fine. I had friends and mentors and trainers and elders. When I asked about my real parents, though, they just told me I was safe now, and that the Wardens were my family. I never knew if my parents were alive or dead. I like to assume that they had died fighting some giant monster in the Tusks, but no one would say. When I asked for more, they changed the subject, like I wasn't worthy of a backstory. I mean, I know the important part. I'm from Solace, for whatever that's worth. My oldest memories are of Solace. My oldest friend is from there. Right. You asked. Not before I've done some reading. Envoy? Gods, I can't believe what's happening around here. Fior has been destroyed. Just like that. Teeth, fingers, toes, arms, that freaky Blessed mask she's always wearing. All of it. I'm sure we'll all get our chance soon enough. Right. Thanks for talking.
Who knew plans could be... I'll be here if you need me.
We should talk. Fior Messiverno was the pride of 2 generations. And now, nothing but ashes and embers. My home, my lab, my parents. It feels as if I lost them all over again. The steel garrote are just a symptom. I keep asking myself, how could I have missed this? How could I not have known an attack was coming? We were all so occupied with the Dream Scourge, we missed the enemy on our doorstep. No matter where Animancers, nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of knowledge. Don't worry. I plan to hold the mortals accountable. As many of them as it takes. Listen to me. A failed Animancer lashing out at everything in reach, even with all the tools at my disposal. How do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? I wish I could. But that legacy is a debt I can never pay off. My parents died pursuing a better future, and right now I have some pondering to do. Sending my people to Paradise is a bold move. For now, the Steel Garrote will keep a watchful eye on my people. But we will do the same to them, from inside the Lion's Den. Meanwhile, the Adherents will enjoy their full... Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us. Despite everything that happened. We all deserve... well, if you need it... You too. I can't believe it. My city. It's all gone.
I'm so sorry. I've left a few homes over the years, but I've never lost one like that.
3 times I have left my home. First as an orphan, then as an outcast. Now, as a refugee.
We should fight back somehow.
Alas, you're in bed. We don't fight.
Let's invent something. An organ that shoots ghosts instead of bullets.
There's an idea.
got them all. Here they come.
One moment.
Lead the way.
Look right.
Convoy, to the right.
That'll show him.
They're off!
I'd like a word.
Gods, what happened here?
A moment of your time, if you please. From one Adiran to another. There will be time for that once our business is concluded. So, did you enjoy our little bonfire?
Inquisitor Ludwig was pleased with our efficiency.
You irredeemable fucking swine!
Keep her on a tight leash. No need for this to get out of hand. One might argue they brought it on themselves. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been informed, and I regret the oversight. All we've done is speed things along to their inevitable conclusion. One way or another, Fuel Messiverno was always going to burn. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. They never had a chance.
What right do you have to cast judgment on us?
As the future caretakers of the living lands, we do only what is necessary. Fuel Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Ludwig's the one you need to convince. I'm just the messenger. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adia, if that's what it takes. Quite the opposite. The Steel Garrote bring reason to a frontier gone mad. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, Envoy. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you. Either way, Emerald Stair is just the beginning. Perceptive. Maybe Ludwig was right about you. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
Word travels fast.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way.
You didn't.
I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last. That's a matter of perspective. Ludwig is keeping her dark impulses in check. It could have been far, far messier. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerty. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope on. You know, there's a depraved part of me that was hoping you'd make this interesting.
Let's make this a...
I call her
It's the Envoy. Let's make the Inquisitor proud.
Watch your right!
A little help!
Don't you die on me! I'll fix this. On your rear. Look out! Behind you!
Ready for more?
That's all of them. One moment.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention, why the Steel Garrote burned my fucking home to the ground. I'm glad you think so. Because right now you're the only Adiran whose opinion matters to me. I will not forget Fiume Siverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have been. And I will never forgive. Never.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? That's good to hear. We'll find allies in Shatterscarp, if it's anything like I remember. Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearance, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back, changed. That's what I'm afraid of.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Town full of survivors. Anyone who decides to stake out a life in Shatterscarp isn't someone you want to mess with. Good enough people, though. And generally less likely to rob you or bore you to sleep than other places we've been.
Everything we learned in Nakutadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone, but we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. Indeed, and deep roots waiting to be unearthed. Yatsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden,
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us direction.
ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes we cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to...
Just me then. Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Parody. Stop. You're aggravating my ulcer.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fior Messiverno. I just wanted you to know. No need to question it anymore. They've made their intentions clear. I'll get the bastards who did this. One way or another, I'll make them pay. I can't believe it. My city. It's all gone.
It's never easy leaving home behind. sorry, Giada.
Thank you. At least I'm not alone. We should talk. Fior Messiverno was the pride of 2 generations. My home, my lab, my parent. What if I'm tired of being strong? I keep asking myself, how could we were all so occupied? Nothing. I can't blame you for growing up with a head full of adherent. Listen to me. A failed and... I do. My parents died, and I'm afraid not. It's... If I must. I'm going to miss Fior Messiverno.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about what happened in Emerald Stair. I know your Emperor sent you here to represent Adir, but the Steel Garrote raising Fior has gotta make things harder for you. Then why did your Emperor send them? Look, I'm not trying to hold your feet to the fire over this. The cruelty we saw, it's hard to reconcile that with the place you've called home. I just wanted to know how you're feeling about all this. Yeah, I told you about my time fighting under Raotai's flag in the Deadfire. Seeing what we did there, what we allowed. I felt like the home I knew was changing, bit by bit, or maybe I was. Enough about me, though. I want to know about you. I hear that. Unfortunately, it makes venturing through the treacherous wild seem like a relief. Anyway, this may be your burden, but you don't have to carry it alone. What's on your mind? A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense, and something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rautaian naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive, and another debt I owe him. Where to start? It's a huge desert full of sandy wastes, canyons, and highlands. On a clear day, you can stand at one of the overlooks to gaze straight across the Great Sand Sea and see no end to the dunes. Yeah, it's dangerous and stark. A lot like Rauatai, but in a different way. Sandstorms instead of typhoons. Guess that's part of what I liked about it. Familiar, but different. The story goes that a lot of the first arrivals were Rauataians without other prospects. Too low on the ladder to take over the family trade, too poor to learn another. Exactly. Rauatai's an inhospitable environment to say the least, so my people have a proud tradition of seeking our fortunes elsewhere. Rauatai's got a big navy that always needs fresh blood, and there are plenty of opportunities for large, colorful mercenaries and bodyguards all over Aora. Of course not. We've also got poets, artisans, scholars, traders, you name it, just like anywhere else. But they're not the ones who built Thirdborn. It started as a convenient harbor for pirates and mercs to lie low. Bold, or desperate, fishing crews from Rauatai would follow seasonal catches out here. That tells you something about the people willing to attempt it. Over time, those early arrivals built huts, a proper harbor, and walls to protect them from all the hungry things in the desert. Well, that brought in a steady trickle of veterans, ruffians, trophy hunters, and rugged eccentric. People looking for fresh adventure, or running from the consequences of their old. Your words, not mine. So, you've heard every... Check your bedroll for fangworms.
It's hard to imagine my people taking shelter in Paradise.
They'll be better off there. Safest place in the lands. Assuming they don't cause any trouble.
I hope you're right. At least there's safety.
You smell death here.
Listen to me. Look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just dizzy.
They've got to die. You hear me? They've all got to die.
If they don't stop crying, I'll give them something to cry about.
That last fight gouged a hole through our ranks. How many did you lose?
Too many. Not even counting the ones we had to put down because they turned into dream thralls.
I had to put down 3 good men myself. Telling their family. That was worse.
Don't talk to me like you're the only one who understands hardship. I'm going to be facing down a mutiny soon.
You think we want to be here? Think again.
So leave. I can't wait to see the last of you and your people.
And go where? Nothing but death waiting out there. Better we die with honor.
Another Adiran, Kutabao.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too. Protecting your people.
Yes. How heroic. Protecting Kith from Adiran dream thralls. Look around you, envoy. Our Kith don't wear your fancy armor.
We don't have time to argue. The Dream Scourge has been ravaging our camp.
In all their military might, your Adiran comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice. And now we're all paying for their idiocy. Thirdborners and Adirans alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Thralls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, It's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise where it's safe.
I doubt you're particularly needed in Thirdborn, of all places.
Gods, a letter from Inquisitor Ludwig. That can't be good.
Kutabao. If that bitch thinks she can threaten our leader, she'll be sorely mistaken. I hope you're right, Envoy. Else we'll all be in a load of shit.
You'll be lucky if she leaves you with just Sokka to deal with.
Look, Envoy. Kith aren't too keen on adherence at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Good luck, Envoy. Gods protect.
Oh, it's a wonder we managed to stop them.
Is this place really worth so many lives? Thirdborners have been on edge ever since the mines got shut down. Ah, welcome to the shit, Envoy. Sorry for the mess, but it can't be helped. Not when a fucking horde of dream thralls screams up the path. At least they're not coming out of the fucking rock like they did in the mines. Oh, dream thrall spiders.
Nothing is spared this plague. Neither the land, nor the creatures who inhabit it.
Aye, a living nightmare. They swarmed just like that. These dream-scourged people don't eat their kill. What kind of feet have you got? We're talking about a whole mine filled with them. Follow the path down. You'll see the elevator. It's broken now, but the mines are just on the cliff above. If you hit the Leviathan skull when you're up there, you've gone too far. You'll know it when you see it. The powers that be decided we'd help Thirdborn reopen an old, abandoned sulfur mine. Help arm Thirdborn against the Dream Scourges. If it please you.
Normally, spiders are beneficial to an ecosystem. But there's nothing normal about this.
Yeah, at least the shack stopped smouldering. Why any of our people settle here by their own will, I don't know. Fools. Well, we warned them not to settle in the goddamn desert. Sure, the captain says a broken lantern killed them, that it was just an accident. If they hadn't been there, you know.
You'll be on your own out there.
Desert's a dangerous place. Watch yourself.
One moment.
There's no going home after this. Not really.
Darren! Please. We need help.
Our parents,
We were out finding food, but when we came back, they
attacked us. Tried to rip us apart.
Did you say your parents changed? Oh no.
We locked them inside the house, but...
You'll be taken care of, I promise. Just don't look back.
They're going to kill them!
Shh. It'll be okay, Tamamo. They're in our home, by the cliff face.
No.
Please. Try to make it...
This is too much. Let's get it over with.
Watch out. Dream thralls up ahead.
Hold on, boy.
We were here too late. These soldiers paid the price.
I'm coming for Ludwig next.
Army and a desert of dream thralls. How long till they fix this godforsaken platform?
We took you in when the dream thralls swarmed. We weren't bad company, were we?
That's neither here nor there. I just don't want to get killed.
I don't know why we don't use a simple pulley system. If they hadn't made this thing so complicated, it'd be fine.
Get them to...
If you could help with the lift, I'd owe you. Just all of you, shut up.
Kai, can I borrow your pistol?
I don't usually lend it out. Why?
I was hoping to make a few simple modifications.
What kinds of modifications?
Well, I was going to start by removing the trigger,
What?
then snapping off the hammer,
Are you serious?
and finally stuffing the barrel with tree sap.
Why would you do this?
Because I caught you reading my diary, that's why.
Giada, I promise on my life and on every life my soul has ever lived, I will never touch your diary again.
And?
And I'm very, very sorry.
Wonderful. In that case, you can hold on to your little toy.
Well, that was hard to watch. You okay?
I will be.
I heard you were stationed in the Deadfire.
Sure was. I was sent out as soon as I was old enough to leave home.
Is it true what they say? That Aethys woke up a dormant volcano?
That was after my time. But, wait. Why do you want to know?
No reason.
Mogren's breath. Please don't start thinking of ways to set off a volcano.
No one is setting off any volcanoes. How would that even work? Oh, I bet I'd be really good at it.
What's that fragrance you're wearing?
Ambergris, from the guts of a dead leviathan. Why, do you like it?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like it fine. But I think it's attracting spiteflies.
Ah, that explains the bites. Apologies, Marius. The aroma does tend to linger.
No. It's fine. I can handle a few spiteflies. Just letting you know.
I'm never wearing this again. Kai, does the word Nemnok mean anything to you? Nemnok, the one who devours?
There were rumors of a cult in Deadfire that followed Nemnok. Some kind of tyrannical monster.
Interesting. One of my books refers to Nemnok as a god, the immortal eater of worlds.
Right. That sounds wonderful.
Another book refers to them as an imp, a tiny, foul-mouthed creature hurling insults.
Those sound like campfire stories. You can't believe everything you read.
It would be useful to have a god on our side, but perhaps not an imp god. That sounds like more trouble than it's worth. Tell me, where did you learn to hunt?
Early on, I learned from a warden named Ilinka. After that, I learned a lot from just going out and surviving on my own.
I'll bet you're a natural. You make it look effortless.
If you know what you're doing, it's not really that hard.
Some hunt with their eyes and ears, but you are hunting with your soul.
Not sure I get what you mean.
I believe you were a true hunter in a past life. An apex predator, like a Stelgar. You may not know it, but those instincts are still yours. Lying dormant, like a cat in the tall grass.
Right, that's me. Marius, king of the grasslands.
With a little animancy, we could awaken your former self. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh well. Let me know when you change your mind.
This place was bad enough before the Dream Scourge. Now it's downright hazardous. I remember what it was like to be blindly optimistic. I envy you. This used to be a fertile land, with lakes, forests, all of that. Then everything suddenly changed several hundred years ago. Now it's blasted deserts and dried up seas. Anything that lives here is simply stubborn enough not to die.
That's the most apt description of Thirdborn I've ever heard.
Ah, yes. There's that most reliable of survival tools. Unearned confidence. That probably serves you well as an envoy. But you can't eat confidence when you're starving. What do you need? Fine. You've been patient enough, I suppose. Right. Solace isn't an... Maybe. Until next time.
I don't leave Emerald Stair often enough. With everything going on, there's been no time to explore. My city had to burn down before I could take a vacation. Sorry. I'm in a mood, if you couldn't tell. Only if you can stand the ramblings of a depressed bookworm. I used to think I had it all figured out. But the Living Lands proved me wrong in so many ways. This entire island is the prison of a mad god. How is one Animancer supposed to compete with that? All we're missing is the juggling act. Maybe I'm being melodramatic, but what if Animancy has... If a breakthrough is coming, it'd better hurry. I can't wait forever. You're a good listener, as always. I'm not the first Animancer to quit. Pleasant dreams.
Hey. Sorry about your parents, you know.
That's very kind. Sometimes grief clings to you like a shadow. And sometimes you wonder where it went.
It's not easy, but you get used to it after a while.
You seem to know from experience.
No. I mean, not really. I've left people behind, though, and it was... difficult.
Anytime you want to talk about it, let me know.
Right. Thanks for that. You know what I miss? Flashberries.
Oh, I loved those as a child. The gifted magpie used to make a delicious flashberry jam.
Ooh, sweet and a little tangy. A nice snap when you bite down. Huh. A little spicy burn if you leave the seeds in. Mmm.
Oh, that's it. Now I'm hungry again. And I would kill for a flashberry.
My guess is most of the vines were destroyed in the fires.
The berries will return. Either nature will bring them back, or I will. My But what? You... Thanks for talking. Let me think. The berries will return. Either nature will bring them back, or I will.
If Ludwig killed all the flashberries, I will be very angry with her.